Hello, my name is Ruta and you're watching 100 days of awesome hair days, hair diary, which is also my mood diary. We're doing hairstyles from this book, and today we're gonna do a hairstyle called low twisted updo. It looks like this and it is very fancy. So it contains lots of buns and lots of twists and turns. So let's get started. So we need comb, clips, hair grips, firm hold hairspray, and spray shine. We start with dry hair that hasn't been washed for a day or two, 3 in my case. Clip back the front section in front of the ears. So step number 1. With the long hair, for anything that needs to be clipped back behind the ears, first step is to actually do the parting so we are clear where is the back and where is the front. Clarity is the order of the day. I think it applies to all life situations, but it also applies to hair. So it's what we're going to be separating is the part which is before the ear and behind the ear. So the parting is going to go approximately not like before the ear but behind the ear. So it's going to be quite a lot of hair that we're going to be taking away, and we're doing it in a kind of like a moon shape, round shape around the head. Why? Because the head is round. And okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, all looks good. So now I think I have probably half, maybe even the front part I have more than half hair. But what I'm doing, I'm just basically clipping it up like this and leaving it there. Okay, this one, I think this fellow belongs to the front. Leaving it there for a while. So I'm just brushing through, leaving this bit out. And the next step basically is working with the back of the hair first. Make 2 twisted buns. To do this, split the hair in half, clip back the left section and twist the right section as much as you can until it starts to coil, creating a bun effect. Secure it with the hair grips. So it's gonna be 2 tiny buns are gonna go like this. The hair that we have at the back, we divide in 2 parts. I'm hoping to kind of do it roughly in the middle and divide it in 2 parts and then separate it like so. And then starting with one side, I'm basically gonna create a little hair bun. So basically all you do, you twist the length up until it starts to coil, and then you twist it around and then secure it with a hair grip. So I have a tiny hair grip where I'm securing the bottom part of this little bun, and I'm also securing the top part like so, and I'll be adding a little bit more hair as we're going to be working with it. So that's one side, and now let me check. Yeah, it looks like a cute little bun, exactly as intended, and we're going to do exactly the same with the other side. So that gives us sort of kind of like a base for the rest of the work. Now the rest of the work, we may need a bit more pins, so I'm just gonna grab my little red special bag with lots of tiny bobbing pins and anything else that might come along. So now what we do, we release the front section and divide them in 2 or 3 smaller sections. And then we take the sections, 2 to 5 centimeter sections, and then working from the bottom, twist it away from the face and back to the back of our hair, and then take the opposite side and secure it with a hair grip. So we kind of like twist it and secure it with a hair grip, twist it and secure it with a hair grip. So it basically looks like this. We divided the front section in half, like so. And now we're going to start having to separate them, so we can just forget one of the sides for now. But basically what we're going to do is working from the bottom, so working from kind of like here, the bottom part of the hair, we're going to be taking separate sections, twisting them, 2 to 0.5 centimeters width sections. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clip this temporarily away. So I think I'm gonna get like 3 sections or so from this part. I'm gonna do it probably slightly chunkier than the one I can see in the picture, and basically twist it. It doesn't say upwards or downwards. Do the same with the other side. So in here, starting from the bottom, so taking the most bottom side of the hair, like so. Just giving a couple of brush through and twisting it, and then just kind of like wrapping around and securing the end bit with a hair grip, like that. Okay, this one is a bit kind of like requires lots of hair to do. I'm gonna do now another layer like this from the bottom. So that was most bottom one. Now I'm gonna take another layer like this, so kind of like taking it intuitively, and I think after that I'll probably have 2 more. Now the same goes on this side, just kind of like dividing through the hair, just using my fingers, kind of like going and dividing it in half, and then I have a section, and then I just twist it like so, and I take it across and around. And I'm basically trying to hide it underneath the previous strands that I was working with, and then use the same hair grip, because I don't have that many hair grips, and also I don't really want to have too many of the hair grips when I can use the same. So I've done this side again. Now I think I have only a couple more to go on this side, and I think the same goes on this side. So on here, so-called Pan Ultimate hair strand, I take the section, I twist it like so, and I basically take it across and around and secure the very end with the hair grip. So now I have one more section to go on this side. Well, I'm just gonna clip it away just because my parting wouldn't get mixed up with this. And now for this almost last part, I'm just dividing the whole strand in two smaller ones. I'm just taking it across and around, and I think I won't be able to do without extra hair clips anymore, so I'm just gonna start using these pins. So I kind of like took it across, and now I'm just securing the end in with the pin. And now I'm gonna be working with the last part. So it's not much different than with the parts that we worked before. It's just, I think, important bit is to kind of keep the pattern if possible and keep the twist as tidy as possible. And then the rest is your creativity, really, and what you're gonna do with the bit, how you're gonna hide it, where you're gonna stick it, how long is your hair. So all of these things are individual to every one of us. So, you know, and even the type of a haircut that you have is different. So what you're gonna do and what you can do, the hairstyle, is depends on what your hair is like already. Okay, so the last part I'm gonna show you from the back as well. Okay, before that, let me check what it looks like. Yep, I think I need to secure. It looks very twirly from the back. I'm gonna turn around in a moment so you will be able to see it for yourself, which is good. And I think it probably would look awesome if you added some like decorations or stuff, you know, like flowers. I might do something like that. So twisting this just like the ones before and taking it like this around the back, and then when you have the end part, secure it in the bun in whichever way it works for you. It looks like a pretzel, so let's just finish the looks with this awesome pretzel-y steak thing. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to go wild, and I'm gonna push this decorative hairpin through both of the buns. So it looks really kind of like, yeah, I just twist it all together, and now I use this accidentally pretty decoration and look awesome on a daily basis. So that's my hairstyle of the day, and it's very pretzel, really pretzel, but also very pretty. I want some earrings with that. Yep, accidentally pretty grape imitation earrings. So my mood today is 6 out of 10. There is no negative emotion that I would be feeling that I could say there is something that is kind of like actively bothering me. It's more that I am going through a certain period of having to release things that I know I can no longer have in me. Examples being stubbornness in a wrong way. Like, I have this trait where I insist in doing things, and I insist for things to work, even if I'm doing it in a way it doesn't really work. So it's a little bit kind of like a banging head in a wall type of approach, which I sometimes get stuck in. I think when I lose my trust, creativity, and I kind of like sometimes it's a sign that it's time to let go of what society say, and it is a time for me to really trust what I say. So the way it works basically for me, when there is something that I want to do, I test different things, and my way of experimenting and seeing if it works is like, okay, for most people this worked very well, I'm gonna try do that. And when I try to do that, because it worked for other people doesn't mean that it worked for me, right? We are different people and we have a different energy, and the way things work for us is very specific to us. Law of attraction is universal, so of course there is element of that. It's like if you cannot align with something that you want, that means there is a part in you that is resisting that thing. So I have discovered some cognitive dissonance. I say I want people to be flexible, and I want them to accept me for who I am and the way I am. And I found myself that I am actually in resistance to how people are, and I don't accept them. Or not always accept them. Or I say I do, but I don't really fully, deeply do that. So now I'm kind of like, this mood is caused by me. You know, when you're on a chessboard and you can either make the move and you know where this is gonna go. So you're like, no, I don't want to do things like that. I'm just gonna do it anyways because I insist on being stubborn. And you need to change. I'm fine, you need to change, right? Or you can say, okay, I came to this situation so that I could see that whatever I am doing is getting me results that I'm getting. So I know that trying to make other people to change doesn't really work. So the only way it works when other people want to change, then they can change, but we have no control over it. So if I come up with this result again, it means that it is time for me to change. So I already started implementing changes like about my health, taking actually proactive approach in my life, and already see positive results. But the transition is not very comfortable, and also I am someone who really likes to get lots of support and encouragement, and sometimes you kind of just need to go with what you feel is right. So you change before you see the change. So I guess this is time for me to change and to accept these stubborn parts in me that don't want to change as part of me, and as a result of that, we'll see what's gonna happen. So discomfort is caused because of the process of me resisting myself, and at the same time kind of like giving space for this to happen, and realizing that if I were to move forward, I need to accept the parts of myself that I don't like, and then continue to move forward with that. Often we have some blind sides that we don't really see about ourselves, and then we kind of like, oh, this is not going well in my life, or this is not going well in my life. So I can see some of that happening to me, and then I usually kind of try to do something else. But now I understand that, okay, external action is not gonna work. I actually need to take the internal action. So yeah, so it's both kind of like uncomfortable, and at the same time it's kind of like I can almost feel a relief already. I think it's gonna take some time until I'm gonna feel complete relief, but it happened to me a few times before, right? And you know, because I don't think it often happens that we suddenly go to self-rejection to complete self-acceptance. So there is a kind of like a stage approach, and you know, like before this shift I was already at the good level of self-acceptance, but I think this is a new layer, the whole new layer that I need to kind of face and accept to reach this kind of like a consciousness. Mainly is to do with my relationship with my parents, my internal relationships with my parents. And lots of us are traumatized by that, not due to fault of our parents, not due to fault of our own, but it's just because the whole process of, you know, like being born in a certain family, the socialization, experiencing the wounds that we will then need to develop to heal and integrate as the whole process of, you know, this life and the way it all works. However, it is something that, you know, like first of all we love our parents, then we reject our parents, and then if we were to be really strong, we would need to accept our internal parents and our internal relationship with our parents again. So I have been on a task on this for last 2 months and a half, something like that. 2 months and a half, I think. Since July probably, approximately almost 3 months, and it is a process. It's not something that actually happens overnight, and I can feel change in myself, in my self-trust, and my sense of stability, in my sense of having my roots and foundation. And yeah, it is very powerful. So that's what's going on. Otherwise, everything is fine. Life is good, a bit rainy. Physically, I'm okay. Not super energetic, but okay. And my energy really fluctuates. I think moon in Pisces has a lot to do with that. And human design projector has a lot to do with that. Like everything with everyone, especially with us who are sensitive. So yeah, so that's me today in this kind of like a vulnerable stage. And I hope that whatever you're experiencing today, I wish for that experience for you to be something that leads you into improvement of your life, into improvement with yourself, into improvement in your relationship with yourself and the world around you. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this journey. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.